Hey guys, I'm LemonCake8, and I'm here today to talk about converting your Imperial Command Theme Deck into a standard ready deck. Before we begin, I'd like to clarify that this will be on the cheaper side, so it probably won't win any tournaments. However, it's a simple deck that's easy to play, and is great for people who want to play seriously without investing too much. Let's start by taking a look at the star of the show. Empoleon is a non-GX with high HP, giving it incredible staying power in a long game. Its main strength is its excellent first attack, Total Command. For only 2 energy, it deals 20 damage for each Pokémon on both players' benches. Under normal circumstances, this means it will deal a maximum of 200 damage, although you shouldn't expect to hit that number every time. It also has another attack, Whirlpool, which discards an energy attached to the defending Pokémon. This attack is slightly underwhelming, dealing only 90 damage, but it can help slow your opponent down if you can't KO them that turn. Empoleon's strength is enhanced by its water typing, which grants it access to Aqua Patch and Brooklet Hill. Aqua Patch allows Empoleon to power up in one turn, making it a constant threat. Brooklet Hill is also crucial to Empoleon's strategy, allowing for easy setup in the early game and access to bench fillers to fuel its attack in the late game. Empoleon will soon be released as a Metal type, which will allow it to excel against Gardevoir GX and Glaceon GX, although it will struggle against Volcanion. I prefer the Water type because of Aqua Patch, but the Metal typing allows it to use the excellent Metal support in Ultra Prism, most notably the Mount Coronet Stadium card. However, even when using the Metal variant, I recommend playing Brooklet Hill instead, as Piplup will still be a Water type. Empoleon also has a number of notable weaknesses. It is a Stage 2 Pokemon with no easy workaround, so it'll be relatively difficult to set up quickly. You can expect to fall behind by a good amount before you really pick up steam. Your opponent can somewhat control the amount of damage you do with Total Command, although you can still deal a respectable minimum 100 damage by filling your own bench. It's worth noting that by limiting your damage, your opponent will also stop themselves from powering up more attackers, or using support Pokemon like Tapu Lele GX or Octillery. However, your opponent is making that choice, so it's likely that they will do whatever benefits them more. Although Empoleon's maximum damage is incredible, it will still fail to KO some Pokemon in one hit. Using the tool card Choice Band, Empoleon can deal up to 230 damage, which won't KO Metagross GX, Decidueye GX, or Solgaleo GX, to name a few. Each card in an Empoleon deck should be chosen to capitalize on its strengths and minimize its weaknesses. It's a great attacker in the mid-game, so you can use the early game preparing a maximum power Total Command. These are the cards from Imperial Command that we want in our deck. Among them, the most important are the Empoleon Evolution Line, Rescue Stretcher, and Ultra Ball. Now let's take a look at some of the other Pokemon you'll need. The most important thing is to thicken the Empoleon line and make it more consistent. From there, you'll want some Alolan Vulpix to help you set up, and an Octillery line to help you draw cards. I like to play 2 Remoraid and 2 Octillery, but you can also swap out one of the Octillery for another tech Pokemon. Mr. Mime from Breakthrough is one example, protecting your bench from an opposing Buzzwole GX or Tapu Koko. Next, let's start off the trainer section by looking at supporters. N, Sycamore, Cynthia, and Guzma are all excellent cards, and will be an integral part of any deck you make. They're somewhat expensive compared to the other cards I'm covering today, but well worth the investment. Lillie is a decent card, but has explosive potential on the first turn, so I like having one in my deck. However, if you're not a fan, she can easily be replaced by another N or Cynthia. One strength of non-GX Pokemon such as Empoleon is that they do well against Garbodor, which usually excels by shredding big 2-prize targets. Because this deck has no such Pokemon, it's much safer to play many items in order to speed up Empoleon's attack. Ultra Ball, Field Blower, and Rescue Stretcher are crucial to most decks, so they're worth picking up. Rare Candy is essential to speeding up Stage 2 Pokemon, and Aqua Patch is a must in any water deck. The last few slots of our deck will go to Tool and Stadium cards. Choice Band allows Empoleon to do more damage to Pokemon GX, and Brooklet Hill is incredible as we've already discussed. Escape Board is a neat card that can help you out of a pinch, particularly against decks that rely on paralysis to wear you down. Putting the cost together, the deck comes out to $86, or approximately 14 loaves of bread, which is definitely on the lower end when it comes to a competition-ready Pokemon deck. Before we wrap up today, I'd just like to cover some other options for this deck. If you don't want to invest in Octillery, you can use Alolan Sandslash, which fills a similar role. It won't be as strong, but it will also cost less as it comes with the deck. You can also use a Bombus node to attach extra energy, but deck space is tight and it will be somewhat inconsistent. Alolan Ninetales is an excellent option to slow down your opponent's Pokemon GX, but it's tough to find room for it in such a cramped deck. Finally, you could replace Octillery with Zoroark GX, which is a great attacker as well as solid draw power. However, it's an expensive and sought after card, so you might want to skip it. If you're in the expanded format, you can also consider Skyfield and Dive Ball. Hey, thanks for watching to the end, guys. If you have any questions or comments, you can drop those down below. And if you want to see stuff like this, but in text form, you can check the description. This is my first video, but I've actually written about six of these in text form on Reddit, so you can go check that out. Alright, thanks, bye.